In today's video, empty space on a plane.
Just saw the sunlight in the afternoon. That's it for Dubai. I'm about to check in for my flight with Saudia from Dubai to Riyadh, and then I'm going to Paris. But I'll be arriving tomorrow morning around 7 o'clock. Second first. There we are. Airport feels a little bit old, this terminal, but it'll do. We aren't on the board, right? That's the flight, and the boarding area isn't really full yet. It's just over an hour, so I might just head back. At least I scanned where I have to go in an hour's time. I'm going to download some movies on YouTube. There you go, Simon Whistler. Going to download you.
Can you remove the mask, please? Thank you, sir. Enjoy your flight.
Thank you. Evening. 50L.
Okay, if you want to put your luggage.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please.
Get mine.
Our flight today will be 1 hour and 30 minutes. Dear guests, on behalf of Saudia, Sky Team and our global partners, we are pleased to give a special welcome our Pakistan Elite and Elite Plus members. Your loyalty is appreciated. We are proud to inform you in our team today we have multiple language speakers which can speak Spanish and Bosnian languages. Kindly let us know.
Our flight from Dubai to Paris consists of two separate flights. The first one is a short hop from Dubai to Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. This flight takes about 1.5 hours, but it's listed as taking 2 hours. Since it's already evening, there won't be much to see. Adding to this is the fact that large parts of Saudi Arabia are empty desert, so I can only show the departure and landings for these flights. As with every flight with Saudia, an Islamic prayer to ask for a safe trip was broadcast in the cabin. The all-male crew, traditionally used throughout the airline, will serve as a snack for this short flight. The airline has also attracted foreign female crew and is in the process of attracting local Saudi female crew as well, in an effort to internationalize the airline. The bread snack wasn't anything special, but hey, I'm flying economy and it's just a short hop. Nothing to complain really, as the price of this flight was about half of the next lowest flight I could find a few days out. The drink was nice though, so I asked for a second class. The seat was more than enough for this flight, but there was no in-flight entertainment on this short flight, so that review has to wait for the longer flight later tonight. This fountain is the background for the coming 4 hours of nightly transit here at King Khalid International Airport in Riyadh. Well, at least the sound is. The departure area in this airport isn't that big. On top of that, the terminal is apparently used for passengers that seem to have a pretty long transit. Arriving at just after 9 in the evening, mine was over 4 hours.
I decided to eat something because I still have 3 hours to go. Chicken Caesar salad. Oh, natural lemonade. Oh, it's just a brand name natural. It's not natural, whatever. Some sauce. Individually packed knife and fork. 35 real, which is €9. Oh, it's an airport.
The second flight of the day, the night I should say, as it's already after midnight, brings us from the Fountain Airport to Charles de Gaulle near Paris, which means this almost 7-hour flight is an intercontinental one. It doesn't really feel like it, but let's do it anyway. Scheduled arrival is early in the morning, which means that if I can catch a few hours of sleep during this flight, I'll be all fresh for the hundreds of kilometers I still have to travel after this flight. The time difference is only 1 hour, which makes this connecting flight a pretty nice option actually.
Hello.
59. All the way to there.
All the way.
Yes. Oh, and here's the day, yeah.
Staff handed out a simple amenity kit in a paper pouch. Contents are displayed on the screen right now. We also received a blanket that are actually used on this pretty short flight and a little pillow. I was able to collect 2 of them from the row I was in, as the back of the plane was more empty than average. Moved 2 rows to the front just now. My view of the night were a few more empty seats and staff that went for a prayer early on in the flight, closing the curtains on both sides for their privacy. I haven't seen the prayer area being used by passengers though. This meal doesn't look appetizing, I will admit that right away. My understanding of what rusty is also different than those balls of potato in my tray currently. In Indonesian we would call this perkedel. I don't even know the English for it. It tasted much better than it looked though. The in-flight entertainment system on this flight is remarkably responsive and has a pretty large collection of movies and series. Since it's way past my bedtime already, I didn't use it other than checking it here. So back to the intro clip of this video where I said that Saudia is an unknown airline. Well, it's not really, but kind of it still is. Where other Gulf carriers such as Emirates, Qatar and Etihad have all seen major growth in recent years, in their respective governments' push for diversification and more tourism, Saudi Arabia was late to that game, only opening up the country for what I call regular tourism a few years back. And how do you promote that? By having potential tourists travel through cities in your countries where you offer them a stopover and an easy visa on arrival. That's exactly what Saudi Arabia is doing. It's just that I didn't look into this before my departure, so I have noted this as something to do for a future trip. The onboard cameras didn't show anything as we were flying at night over a desert, but the map worked and was responsive as well. Much better than the Emirates IFE I had the flight before, I have to say. A quick look at the economy class toilets learns that they are clean and have an entire wall of mirrors. And when exiting, you are reminded to open the door slowly. This is because airline staff might be right behind the door, as the galley is across the aisle from the toilet. If you take this flight in early April or somewhere around the time of year, sunrise over parts of Europe will be during your 6 to 7 hour flight from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia to Western Europe. This means that you will experience a slow motion sunrise that takes a few hours. During my flight I was served a little breakfast snack as passengers woke up from their short naps and slowly started opening their window shades to see this daily returning spectacle.
And now the European disease waiting for luggage.
Ease of booking. I booked this ticket through the website of the airline directly, as they seem to have the best fares. Payment with credit card was also no problem, and the purchase was confirmed with several emails within a few minutes. 4 out of 5 stars. Level of comfort. Flying in economy class is especially nice if the cabin isn't that full and you can move around to find a place with even more personal space. The 4-hour nightly transit, however, is a little bit uneasy. 3 out of 5 stars. Time traveled. While there are direct flights, this transit option adds quite some travel hours. But it brings you to Paris in the morning, leaving an entire day for you to use. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Food options. There wasn't too much choice of meals during both flights, but the meals and snacks were okay. 3 out of 5 stars. Price comparison. I booked this flight just a few days in advance. This ticket was among the cheapest because of its transit most likely. Direct flights were 3 times more expensive. 4 out of 5 stars. Altogether, this trip gets 17.5 out of 25 stars, which makes it just what I should have expected from this economy class flight. And my first steps on European soil in over 2 years due to certain worldwide circumstances. The weather is gloomy, but my mood isn't. I still have 4 trains to catch before I'm really home though. So let's get that going in the next video.
7-minute walk. I have over 1.5 hours left. So hurry it up.